picking up from where we left off. And it should be that. I don't think the other one. Yep, the other one didn't make it out of the Undead Asylum. Alrighty. So just picking back up, going back up to the dragon. So, something I didn't say in the last video, and I could have, but I forgot, is that out here, if you go on the side right here, and you have a bow, you can actually sit here and shoot the dragon's tail, and you'll get a dragon sword from it. It's nothing special. It's really only good early game, and then it stops being good. Because the strength scaling stats are really not good for it. Like I said, it's an early game weapon, more or less, than anything. Still good though. So if you have a bow and you come back to the game or decide to play this game, shoot its tail and you'll end up getting you'll end up getting a decent weapon out of it. I think I said in the last video, be careful with these rats. They will give you a curse, and early game, it is so hard to get rid of. Or poison. Poison, that's what it is. In early game, it is so hard to get rid of. It really is, because you don't have all the little items that you need, because a lot of them you'll find later, especially when it comes down to Blighttown. I think you'll find a lot of them in Blighttown. Ah, yes. The bull. Gotta be careful with him. He's kind of hard to fight. I don't think I normally come back later after I've gotten better at the game. Ow. I forgot there was a Dark Knight up here. We're just gonna run away. I'm not ready to fight him yet. I'm not too concerned by it. Now, I do know there is a bonfire right over there. And unfortunately, I forget how to cheat it and go. I think you got to run past the dragon, which is hard to do. Well, 1,000 souls, I'm not too worried about them. I think it's about 3,000 souls now to level up, so not too big of a concern. But I'm pretty sure if you come up here, and rather than going underneath, because fighting the dragon is hard, then you got some, not fighting the dragon, fighting that boar is hard. Then you got some pretty powerful enemies. And see, he's hard for that reason, and I got hit because I'm a goofball. Actually, no, I remember. I remember. I need a bow. Because, I'm pretty sure if you shoot his tail enough, he will leave. And you don't have to worry about him anymore. Or no, there it is, I'm pretty sure. No. Yeah, I gotta shoot his tail. No. Oh boy. I know the good old vendor down there, an undead bird, will have a bow for me to use. Gosh. Only thing about playing a strength build character right through here is that these tight little passageways are hard. They are hard to do anything in. Yeah, there it is. There's the poison. Yay. It'd be easier just to go back to the bonfire, but I don't want to spawn all the enemies. I don't want to respawn everybody. But see, what I mean, that poison is dumb. And the amount of damage you take from it. So, I'll end up dying down here. But, that is so stupid. That's why I don't like seeing those rats until you get later in the game, when you can get some items and some equipment that will help resist poison. Because quite honestly, fighting them right there is dumb. As you can see, they have quick attacks, and I'm using a two-handed sword that swings slower than dog water. Ugh. Dude, I'm not playing good at all today. I'm having brain farts like they're going out of style. Thank you. There we go. Okay, sure. I like untelegraphed attacks. Those are always nice. Yeah, I forget exactly where. There's the bonfire. I'm pretty sure the lever is like right there on the corner. I think you gotta get the dragon to go away by using your bow. By using a bow and arrow. No. Okay, sure. Sure. The one thing that you'll have to remember with the older Souls games, they are notoriously bad about super slow animations. Well, the enemies have really great animations. So, like with these guys, their attacks are so fast and it takes you so long to swing up for some of your attacks and to be able to roll, which I could probably do with lowering my equipment load too, so I'm not as heavy on my stats, even though I'm nowhere close to having a slow roll. But this is the section of the game, even when I was really good at playing Dark Souls 1, I had a hard time until I figured out that I could make it to that bonfire in there, right underneath the dragon, which, like I said, I'm pretty sure is just by simply shooting the dragon's tail enough, and he'll get angry and despawn pretty much. He'll fly away. I'm not doing this again. I'm not in the mood to have poison stacked on me because of fast animation rats. And I will say that if you can beat that giant iron bull right up here, you do not have to fight him again. So once you beat him once, you're good to go. You don't have to worry about him no more. He will not respawn. It's just getting to that point to beat him is hard. Especially for me, since I'm not really the best at fighting him anymore. I hate archers in this game. See, they move so quick with their reload animation that it is honestly sometimes a pain to fight them in actual open combat. I traded, I'll take it. I didn't really want to use a flask right now, but hey, whatever. Oh. I'm gonna try once to fight that bull, and then I'm probably gonna die, and I'm not in the mood to fight him after that. Okay, that's cool. I like getting knocked back into stuff that's inconceivable. I'm glad he died. He'll probably respawn though, because I didn't kill him. And that's something I didn't even know could happen. I literally got pushed right back into that fire. That is... I know the fire can damage you. It is oddly annoying, though, that the enemy can push me back like that. I think my thing is I just get really annoyed at coming down through here to fight this spear guy because he has the advantage here. Even if you're using a short sword, he still has the advantage because of swings. He can just sit there and cower behind a shield and go, with one really powerful jab. And then right here is fighting these stupid things yet again every time. And it's because I haven't played Dark Souls in so many years that I don't remember remotely how to get past the dragon. Said, pretty sure it's just a bow and shooting his tail, and then he'll get angry and go away. Yep, awesome. Even better. I like not targeting after targeting. Come on, buddy. Fighting these undead right here are honestly the bane of my existence, and I absolutely hate fighting them every time. Come here, buddy. I like taking double damage. That's always super cool. Ah. Sure. Good old Dark Souls 1 and its lock-on mechanic. Notoriously bad at all times. Half decent at the best of times. Please not do that dumb attack. Can I please not have a dumb long animation to drink a flask? Oh my gosh. There it is. Thank you. I hate fighting that boar. It is a dumb boar. Which I know you can run past them. You can run past everybody. Just like in most Souls games. Running past the enemies is always an option. Always a pretty good option. Which I knew there was like a... I knew there was a ambush right here with these guys. That's why the one runs up there. See his buddies sitting down here. Yeah. Get back here. Get back here and let me hit you with the sword. See what I mean with their attack animations. A lot of them, they do some of the dumbest stuff. They will jump, like with that enemy. where he had a long build-up, but then instantaneously snapped forward and hit me. Gosh, I hope there's a bonfire close by, because I forget. Oh, yippee. Ah, yes. Here is an actual powerful enemy that I shouldn't fight. Because they actually have some pretty decent armor and attack. Now, if you can backstab them, you're good. Even with an upgraded Zweihander, you can pretty much well one-hit them, and then they're gone. Don't know if you saw it, but there is an enemy right there. There's multiple enemies. Okay, I like 3 animation attacks that go through. Alrighty, need to find a bonfire. I like these spear guys for this reason. They are so cowardly in this game. It is not even funny. Oh my gosh. This is the scary part, because I'm always scared that there's an enemy right behind me. I think there's a bonfire in there. But I'm gonna open this up so I can just run straight through, so when inevitably I do die right up here with 6,000 souls and I get cranky, I don't have to worry about it. But 2, I forgot to go over. Attracts certain types of enemies. The Alluring Skull, don't know. Never used it in any playthrough. I've never been too concerned with it. Let's see. The halberd. The halberd is a really good weapon, especially if you're playing a polearm character. They are definitely worth... well, it is definitely worth the time using and upgrading. But 2, just like every weapon in Dark Souls 1, it will eventually stop being good. Yeah, that's what I thought. It will eventually stop being good, and you'll have to move on to a different weapon. Which, so conveniently, here in this area, you can get that halberd. Then if you're feeling particularly like I don't want to keep using this halberd forever, you can actually fight the gargoyles not too far away. They're like a little, not a secret boss, but they're like a they're not a main boss that you have to fight, so you can go fight them, but the way to get them, get their halberd, is by you have to break one of their tails, because you can get a helmet from them and a halberd from them as well.
Well, you must be
here's our blacksmith friend.
I'm Andre of Astoria. If you require smithing, then speak to me.
That he can repair our equipment. He can reinforce our weapons. So like the spy hander, you have one of the Titanite shards, and it will do hit +1. So now it deals 143 damage, or so it says. It doesn't always deal 143 damage, but it's just meaning more or less for. Well, it's meaning more or less that for an unarmored enemy, which there's very few in the game.
Neither of us want to see you go hollow.
That have no armor. So essentially it doesn't really do the full amount of damage that it should. Not he doesn't. Which I'm pretty sure you can fight him too if you just want to be an absolute menace to society and not like him. Pretty sure you can fight him, and he's pretty strong. And then down here is good old Onion Bro. Onion Bros. I'm saying, just a little hint for people that don't know. Old Onion Bro is in all 3 Dark Souls games.
Oh, forgive me. I was absorbed in thought. I am Siegmeyer of Katarina. Quite honestly, I've run flat up against a wall. Or a gate, I should say. The thing just won't budge, no matter how long I wait. And oh, have I waited. So here I sit, in quite a pickle, weighing my options, so to speak. Still closed. Still closed.
You can have him help you in a later boss fight too. Just like a lot of the NPCs in this game, it involves talking to them to actually unlock them. You gotta kind of like go through with their quest line. Which, for him, I think his quest line ultimately ends in Dark Souls 3, where you finally kill him. But I'm pretty sure for Dark Souls 1, he'll help you fight a boss or two. Once you get that gate open, and he'll be fine with you. Because Sunbro, I know, if you finish his quest line all the way out to the end of it, when you're down in hell, pretty much, you will fight him. And then there's Big Bro. She's like one of the knights that are over there in that other castle. Thank gosh, they have... roll, you turd. Okay. As you can see, getting stun locked just like in any Dark Souls, any Souls Light sucks. But Dark Souls 1, they only had Demon Souls to go from to this. And especially since I'm not playing the remastered version to where some of the mechanics are a little bit better, that it is easy to get locked into some bad situations. Like, I need to stop relying so much on heavy attacks because, as you can see, with heavy attacks, a lot of animations with great swords will have you sit there paused for a few minutes after, or not a few minutes, a few seconds after the attack, while you're sitting there spamming the roll button. Like, help me, please, dear God, help me. And it's all about finding the right timing for fighting these guys. Which I didn't get right there. But, too, I backed myself into a bad corner. Boom. He's not too hard. I'm lying, obviously. I just got lucky. I really got lucky fighting him. Like, I'm not gonna lie. It was luck. There was no skill involved, right? Now, I'm pretty sure, too. Yeah, this is the Firekeeper Soul. That's what you need to upgrade your Estus Flasks. Which... There's an elevator to take you downstairs. I don't remember exactly what's down here, and I'm sure I'll regret it. No, that's right. This actually takes you right back to Firelink Shrine. Right here, baby. Which I forgot, there's a lot of items in Firelink that I didn't get on the last video. And there are NPCs that I also didn't talk to. He is one of them. He is your paladin, pretty much, in the game. So.
Hello there. I believe we are not acquainted. I am Petrus of Tharaland. Have you business with us? If not, I'd prefer to keep a distance, if possible.
I don't know if you need to talk to him when you reverse your hollowing or not, but he will give you magic spells, some of them, but they're the faith kind.
Hello there. I realize that I have requested that we retain our distance, but I also want you to know that it is not meant in ill will. Here, take this, as a token of peace. No, go ahead. It's for you.
Then it gives you that, which I don't know what it does. Of Old Man McFloy, God of medicine and drink, even coins of great value in the world of man, little value in Lordran, or except currency is souls. These who dream to return to the outside world are fond of carrying these around. I don't think it's anything that you can equip up here. I could be completely wrong because it was in the usable items. Yeah, and it's not. But I think it's something that you can use for not a later boss fight, but to kind of pass up some harder areas, because I think there's one person that you'll find that will accept it. I don't really know. I was never big on completing a whole bunch of everybody's quests, just because the game is long enough and it's annoying enough that I never was like, yippee-ki-yay, let's do this. But I do have one free humanity, so I will definitely use that and reverse me hollowing. Those are signs from the developers themselves. So just like any system in the Souls-like games, you can emote. Back in the heydays of Dark Souls, when the multiplayer was still live, that's how you talk to randoms if they summoned you in. Or you'd be able to help them out like that.
Oh my, you again. Oh, I know. How about this? I have to await my companions here anyway. So what if I were to teach you some miracles?
Miracles.
Would that please you? Very well. Then first, a covenant with the gods.
Yes. That's right. So you can join covenants in this game, which are all based on different things. And this one just allows you to use faith, which no, it really doesn't allow you to use faith, but certain covenants unlock certain things for in the game, like the Dark Hand Covenant unlocks PvP, but you can't do PvP anymore, so they're kind of useless. And this edition of Dark Souls, and I think it allows you to summon some people later down the line, as long as they're in this covenant. So right now, I'll join. I'm not too worried about it.
Now let me share my miracle. Only their ultimate effectiveness will be determined by your efforts and your faith.
And see right here, you can enter the covenant again later down the line, but he's the one that gives you the faith skills. So you got the Great Heal, the Homeward, which is the same as your Homeward Bone. The Force will knock enemies away from you. So if you're playing a magic faith build, he's kind of your starter. And so he gives you the talismans and all that, which I do know, if you're playing a magic faith build, the second talisman here is really good, kind of what you want, because it adjusts your magic so much better.
Come again. The effectiveness of the teaching.
I don't want to talk, but that's one of the covenants. I forget where a lot of them are anymore. And two, here's some fire bombs, which fire bombs will help fight that boar. Because I'm pretty sure he doesn't respawn, but, you know, it's been a while. So, I could be completely wrong, which I probably am wrong. With it, but black fire bombs, if you're not like 100% sure you're capable of fighting, black fire bombs and fire bombs, if you're not sure you're about fighting that boar, you can go up on that ledge and just chuck down fire bombs and you'll be fine. There's your bird, and if you forget exactly how to get up to his nest, because there's a certain way. I think you got to roll off that elevator at the right time, which I'm bad at it. But if you roll off the elevator, you can take those little steps up there, and you can lay in its nest, and you'll go back to the Undead Asylum. But be careful about doing that, because it's not the same Undead Asylum that you left on. It's scary and bad. But with this opened up, you know, you're essentially able to just now, it's a quick path to get back up to Undead Parish. Up there, and still be able to come down here to the Firekeeper. Now, I know to get the ending that you technically for the canon for Dark Souls 1 is the bad ending, which is where you just don't keep the flame running. You have to go get the Firekeeper's tongue. That's somewhere, I think it's somewhere down here. And because this is a later game zone, you need to have faith to fight some of these enemies. Not the enemies that you first come up here on. It's kind of like the skeletons, where you need to have faith to fight the skeletons and keep them from respawning. But this down here is also like a really quick and easy place to go to and be like, haha, I have some easy enemies to farm right here. I can get some early game souls. I don't have to worry. Then that's one way to go to Blighttown, which I think you get the key down here. But this area down here is technically a little later in the game, because this is where you'll come down and the city's flooded. A lot of this I don't remember, so anybody that actually knows this game and is watching me, I know they're probably cringing like, what is this guy talking about? But yeah, this is one of the areas which you have to get the flooding to go away. Actually, I think that's one of the things that you need. Yeah, this allows you to engage ghosts. So you need to pop these when you're down here, because there's ghosts down here. They're pretty hard to fight as well. So like if I was smart, come over here and I'd flop it down. But you only get two, so that's what makes it kind of, this area kind of rough early game, is because you only have two, and there's one of the ghosts. So like what you do is you pop it, you watch out for that. Watch out for their animations, because they will hurt. But as long as you got that little effect running, you can fight these ghosts. Now, early game, if you're coming down here and you know what you're doing, which unfortunately I don't. I know a lot of people will just run past everything because they're not particularly quick by any means. Oh. So they're easy to just walk by and not be too concerned with them anymore. Ow, we got hit. Ow. I didn't have my Estus. See, I knew there was a spot where I needed to be very careful at. This just so happened to be the spot. Well, back down I go. See, something I should have done is I should have triggered the elevator to come back up. Because I knew there was no way I was going to make it through there, but I kind of want the souls. And knowing what I saw there is an elevator that I can possibly call, but it'll be rather difficult. And I'm almost 100% sure that I will fail miserably. Ugh. Just gotta get all those enemies real fast. Or go swing. Dude, this game does get exponentially harder when you don't have other players leaving signs down to be like, hey, be careful of this or use this. Which, granted, don't get me wrong, not every player was always nice and like, oh, I'm gonna leave good hints. Most of them were not. They were pretty terrible. A lot of the time they'd just be like, try finger butthole, and that's it. And you're like, okay, that's fun. This is what makes the ghost scary in this, is the fact that they can go right through everything. And it does sketch you out a little bit when you're stuck into some close quarters combat trying to fight them, and then here comes 6 more ghosts through the wall. This one I know I gotta be careful on. Ow. There it is. I was like, where am I getting hit from? I'm so confused. Yeah, I'll take those. I'll be leaving. Heck, dang it. I thought I was far enough away, but I forgot. They don't follow that same rule. Now I'm debating on if it's even worth trying to go back to them. It's probably not. But I really want to. I'm not ready. 4,000 kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Just gotta deal with it. What I get for trying to be cool and fight enemies that are well out of my weight class. We'll go back up here to the elevator. Sulk in my misery for a while. Upset with myself. If I think it's correctly, I know there's something that you can do down here that will get you. Or no, that's right. You can go down there to that area. But right here, if you, it's right, the first ledge, and there you go. This is the way you need to be. You come up here. Let's get you on top of the decrepit church. This will get you to the nest. So, like, you crawl up into a ball, and the raven will take you back. And then there's a couple things. See, this is something that you'll need. You'll need the undead key, asylum key. There's a couple things that are really nice down there in the asylum, which isn't actually down there where I was looking at. But there's some nice things down there in the asylum that will help you throughout the game. But it's not like they're must-haves. Run away! Those skeletons will, I think, follow you all the way up to you right around here. Yeah, they follow you pretty far. Oh, I'm so glad he he died. But yeah, this playthrough wasn't as well. This part wasn't as eventful as the last one, just because of the spaced out area and having to get back into playing Dark Souls from Elden Ring. But on the next time that I record these, which will be next week on Monday again, and post it, we'll try to shoot for going for the gargoyle fight, getting that out of the way, so that way we don't have to fight them anymore. I've never had to fight them, but that way we can get a couple good things. And we'll try to push through